If you want to make life-changing transformation or just see a short-term result, you have to be deliberate and diligent about getting yourself over the hump. The hump is the challenge of the new process. To achieve anything in life that you don't already have, you need to change something you're doing on a daily basis. And for some of you guys, that might mean that you have to change your nutrition to get the end outcome that you want. Some of you guys might need to be more deliberate or diligent about your training to get the fitness that you want. Or you might need to just be better at your savings to be better at keeping and holding money, right? But to get through that process, you need to do the process. And initially, the process is never easy. It's never easy. When you change something that you're normally used to doing, for instance, if I take the same road to work every day and then I change that road, it's gonna be slightly difficult, right? Not in the sense that like I'm completely lost, but in the sense that it's a change. And when I have to make a change, I wanna resort back to my easy, right? An autopilot in a sense. But to get to the new goal, to get to the new outcome, to get to something you don't have already, you need to change what you're doing. Okay? And to do that, you just need to get over the hump. And to get over the hump, the easiest way is through consistency and frequency, right? So those two words kind of mean the same thing in a sense. Consistency means doing it often, and frequency means doing it as much as possible, right? So to make something easy, the easiest way to do it is do it more often, right? If you remember when you were in school and you had to write cursive, it sucked at first. You probably couldn't do it. But the more the teacher made you do the action of writing cursive, the better you got at it. The same thing is going to happen with your nutrition. Same thing is going to happen with your following your diet plan. Same thing is going to happen with your workouts. Same thing is going to happen with your savings. The more you guys do the activity, the easier it becomes. Because as you do something more frequently, the more automated the process becomes, the more ingrained it becomes, the less thought you have to put into it. But if you want to stay exactly where you are, then don't change anything. Don't change a single thing, because you can stay exactly where you are. But I guarantee that if you are where you are right now and you have any sort of goal, you're going to need to change, because you're not going to be where you are and get something new, right? So, leaving that, the easiest way to make things happen is asking yourself one simple question. What would this look like if it was easy? How would I ask myself this question? If I'm starting a nutrition plan, I have the nutrition plan in front of me. I say, how would this look if it was easy? For me, that might mean easy in my terms is going to be that I have everything pre-planned. Maybe that means that I actually order a meal service provider who provides the meals for me, so it makes it easy. But guess what? I've now made the process easy, and I've made the process something I can do. Because now with meal service, I already have the food, right? Which would be my biggest challenge. In your case, it might just be the ability to track, right? So what you could do is, asking yourself the question of how would this be easy, or what would this look like if it was easy, can make it easy for you. Don't make stuff complicated, because complication gives us an excuse to say it's hard. And when we can say it's hard, guess what we do? We run from the difficulty. And when we run from the difficulty, we go back to what is easy. And what is easy is what you're doing right now. But if you want change in your life, you need to stop doing what's easy and start doing what's required to get you the result you want. And to do so, you must do it frequently and consistently. And by doing that, you make it all easy, and then you ask yourself the follow-up question of what would it actually look like if this process was easy? And each one of us is going to have a slightly different answer to that. But if you ask yourself the question of what would it look like if it was easy, you get to narrow down the process that works for you. And when it works for you, it will work long term. And the last thing here, guys, is just efficiency and effectiveness don't work unless you do. So no matter how good a process, a system, a protocol, a training plan, a nutrition plan is, it does not work if you do not do the work behind it, okay? So you must be consistent, so actively doing it on a daily, weekly basis, depending on what it is, and you must try and increase the frequency of it to make it something that becomes simpler for you, just like cursive. The more frequently you write in cursive, the easier it becomes. Okay? And then once that process is dialed in and it's become a habit or easy or ingrained, then it becomes much more like autopilot, like the system you're currently in, but now with a new track that's going to take you where you want to go. So it's simple, guys. If you want new results, you have to change action. And to change action, you need to figure out what it is that you want. You need to figure out what it's going to take, and you need to do it consistently and frequently, following the simple process of what would this look like if it was easy.